Good afternoon, and as always, thank you for joining me. I am sorry that you qualify to have to watch these videos. Nonetheless, I am honored that you would spend the next few minutes with me. If you haven't found our website yet, it's affairrecovery.com. There's a ton of free information over there for you, including our free First Steps Bootcamp, which is a great way to start repair work, either for yourself or for your relationship. Just recently, I tweeted out a tweet that I thought was absolutely one of my favorite messages I have put out on social media in quite a long time. You can find me at Infidelity Scars on Twitter. You can find me at Samuel_healing on Instagram. And the message was this: we must get active in our own rescue. I love the quote because it speaks to the fact that no one is going to save our relationship for us. No one is going to rescue us for us. There's going to be some great people that want to help. There's going to be some people that come around you to try and support you. There's going to be well-meaning people who may actively screw things up. At the end of the day, there's going to be people that may want to help, but no one will do the work for you. No one is going to get active in your rescue like you must get active in your own rescue, whether you're unfaithful or you're betrayed. Now, your comment might be, Samuel, rescue from what? And I would say to you, there are so many things that we're trying to get rescued from. One of them is, we're trying to rescue ourselves from the generational trauma that infidelity or addiction can hand down to our kids, to our families, to those that are actively involved in our lives. We're trying to rescue ourselves. We've got to rescue ourselves from this generational trauma. We've got to rescue ourselves from the modeling of behavior that is painful. Maybe call it dysfunctional. Maybe call it high-risk behavior. But when we are trying to get active in our own rescue, we're trying to rescue ourselves from handing this pain and trauma down to our children and our children's children. If you come from faith, it might be called a generational curse or generational trauma. If you don't come from faith, it's just inherited pain and hurt and trauma that has to be worked through. And at the end of the day, do we want our kids to see us heal, or do we want our kids to see us remain paralyzed and remain fragmented and remain broken and lost and delirious because we did not get active in our own rescue? There is so much depending on us and depending on us doing our own work to heal and repair. We have to get active in our own rescue from self-hatred, from despising ourselves for our choices that maybe we've made, whether it be unfaithful, of course, which is easy, or even betrayed, the choices that we've made. We have to get active in saving ourselves, rescuing ourselves from the person, stay with me, that we know that we can become if we don't heal. And we all know, or you're getting to know the person that you might become if you don't heal. I don't ever want to be that person. I've been handed some really painful circumstances. I've had to wrestle through a lot in life. I've gotten a picture of who I could be if I don't heal. I don't want to be that person. I don't want my kids to see that person. I don't want my friends to encounter that person. I don't want to be that person. I want to be as healed as I can possibly be. I want to be restored as I can possibly be as a man. I want to be the best person I can be because I know how I can end up if I don't do the work. I knew years ago if I didn't do the work I've had to do, I knew where I was heading. I knew the person that I could be. I knew the struggles that could operate in my heart if I didn't heal from the abandonment and the betrayal and the pain and the hurt that I have had to confront head on. I should have warned you I was going to go pretty deep and personal today. But we have to be active on our own rescue. How active are you in your own rescue? Here's some pointers, here's some tips, here's some suggestions. Number one, getting active in your own rescue requires that you take a journey of self-compassion. Let me just tell you, shaming yourself, being so hard on yourself, continuing to judge and shame yourself will never get you active in your own rescue. It actually has the opposite effect and causes us to swirl more and more into shame and condemnation and despair and hopelessness. It does not motivate us to get healthy. Next, we have to ask for help. That may mean trying to sign up for a program. That may mean talking to a friend or a trusted source. But it's probably going to require that you humble yourself and actually ask for help. Or that you lay down your pride and realize you don't have all the answers and you don't have the recipe for healing, and that one of the best things that you can do is search out people who know more than you, have gone through this before, who are experts, that can allow them to wrap their arms around you, the arms of expert care, the arms of expert understanding and love and support and compassion, and help you heal. Next, and this might be the hardest, at least it's the hardest concept to understand, is we have to be willing to do our own work, even if the relationship appears to be over or ending. It's so tough when we feel like, well, I'm not going to get help if my partner's not going to get help. Why? Why not get healthy for you? Why not do the work that you know you need to do? And if you don't think you have any work to do, I would suggest to you, if you're a betrayed, you do because you've been traumatized. You've been betrayed. You've been hurt and wounded. Why not repair that? If you're unfaithful, you obviously have work to do because you've betrayed your partner. You've wounded them incredibly. You've acted in ways that probably go against your personal code of ethics, maybe even morality. So to think that you don't have work to do, you absolutely do, because you've got to understand, why did this happen? And if you think you'll never do this again, well, you probably thought you would never do it in the first place, right? So let's learn from that and realize you may think that you might never do it again, but you don't know. A more courageous approach would say, hey, I don't know if he or she are going to do any work, but I'm going to do my work. Well, Sam, what can I do if they're not participating? You can absolutely take a journey to go, what do I need to do? What's going on inside of me? Find an expert, do the work that you need to do, and start your own personal journey of healing, regardless of what your partner is doing or not doing. Regardless of the status of the relationship, you can be good to you, and you can take care of you, and you can get active in your own rescue from the things I've already addressed. Finally, maybe it's time to start dreaming again. This can be really hard. When you are coming out of a traumatic situation and you're on the road to healing, sometimes there's this transitional moment where you're like, you know what, I don't feel traumatized anymore, but I've been so beat up and so actively involved in processing trauma, I don't know who I am now. I don't know where I'm going, what I'm doing. Maybe your relationship has ended, or maybe it's doing better. I don't know. But there is this moment where you start to go, who am I? What am I going to do? How do I live? And that's okay. That empty space is an opportunity for you to dream again, to start to maybe develop a vision for the next 5 years or 10 years, or maybe just a vision for who you want to be. But as you get active in your own rescue, you'll never be sorry. There's going to be some tough times, and you may go, Sam, I really am trying to rescue myself, and now I'm bringing up all this crap that I didn't really have to deal with, and now I'm frustrated. You're frustrated now. I get it. I've been there. But that just means you have to face it, because if you face it, you're going to be that much more happier and fulfilled, confident, secure, and even grateful that you were able to do the work to heal. I hope you'll get active in your own rescue. Maybe you're active in your own rescue now and you're like, yeah, this has been what I needed to do. I promise you, you won't be sorry, but no one's going to do it for you.